SK Vibemaker.
We got Mae Muller in the building.
Hello.
How about that?
Hi.
What a year it's been for you so far.
I know, it's been crazy.
Yeah, man. How would you
Wild.
describe like how it's kicked off? Singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
hailing from Northwest London.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put out a steady flow of releases this year.
Uh-huh.
An LP as well.
She's been busy.
Been busy.
It's quite surreal actually. Like every day I was just in the studio making music, and I feel like I had the freedom to sort of just make music because I wanted to. Do you know what I mean? And there wasn't any sort of like deadline and this and that. So I was just having this constant flow of like music being made, and so we were just like, this works here, this works here. So it's been like a good year for that.
How would you describe yourself as an artist? Because there's been some comparisons. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you feel about the Lilly Allen comparisons.
Do you know what? If I'm going to be compared to anyone, like, she's a legend, and I've listened to her for a long, long time. We're both very strong women. We're both British, and it's very clear, we sing with our accent. So I get the comparison. But I think, I sing from personal experiences. Everything is very, unique to my life. So I feel like that can only be original in a sense. And I always try and put my own spin on it. And I have so many, with that, like R&B influence, and I just think so I don't mind the comparison. I think as a young woman you're always going to get compared, which is a bit of a shame.
It's lazy.
It is I think, because we're both unique in our different ways, but I'm not hating on it.
Straight up,
I ain't hating on it.
Now what, Mae Muller real name? And some people are like thinking, is it short for Mavis?
No,
Anna Mae?
so Mae is my middle name.
Mae's your middle name?
Yeah, don't ask me what my surname.
Mae Muller sounds like star ready.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Was that
it.
always the first choice?
It's the alliteration.
Yeah. It flows off the tongue.
Thank you. That was my sort of aim. It was I just knew that I wanted it to be personal, like my stage name, but I knew that I would have to make a change because I love my first name, but it's not got that like, and it's just nice because I didn't have to change anything. It's still me. So yeah, it doesn't feel like a completely different like entity. It's just like
real-ish.
Sounds better.
Northwest London.
Northwest. I've literally lived in like a 1 mile radius like my whole entire life.
Straight.
So I'm very attached.
Really?
Yeah.
Just in the Northwest area, yeah?
Literally Northwest for my whole life.
I feel like I'm going to know the answer to this because I kind of get the rough idea of where you're from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Who were your local music heroes?
My local music heroes? Well, obviously Amy Winehouse, Camden. Like, that's just mad. Like walking around those streets and knowing that she, like going to the pub that she would be in. It's just like, it's mad. Makes you feel cool or something. Like, it's a bit like surreal because she's such a legend and an inspiration. So yeah, I think for everyone who's from North London, like she's,
Now you might have said no. Do you know what I'm saying? You paid homage, but you might have said no. You might have been like, she's cool, I recognize her, but I didn't really listen to her music. You might have been listening to other stuff.
I mean, she's obviously a massive inspiration to me just because of her storytelling, I think, and her raw honesty. And I grew up listening to that, but there was a lot of other people. She was just like one amongst many, but you got to give it to her. I think she's the best. Now
your song Jenny, for me, apart from being a great song, it oozes Britishness in the production and your vocal delivery. Is that something that you're pretty mindful with your music?
I just think I want to sound like me. So when you hear like a Mae Muller song and you hear me sing it, you like your ears might prick up and go, okay, that's Mae. Like I know that voice, and I don't want to sound like anybody else. I don't really want to compromise that, and it works for some people, but for me, I just think if I'm telling my stories and like my own, like it's sort of my own way of thinking, I just think it might as well just sound like the person who's telling it, And
I'm not saying you don't have ambitions to, do the international thing.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
A lot of artists that have the ambitions to do the international thing start making international sounding music and forgetting about the origins of where they come from.
I think it's just finding that balance, because obviously like I'm from the UK, like I love where I'm from, but it's like, I want to be global. Like I've got such big dreams, and I just feel like there's a good balance, with production and songwriting. You can get it onto a bigger scale without compromising and changing too much. Because I've had like a lot of trips to LA, and I've written some amazing songs, and I think it is just finding that balance of this works over here, but how do we like push it over the edge.
Straight
and
up.
I think I can do it, to be honest. I have no doubts.
Got faith in you.
I have faith
Otherwise,
in
I
me.
doubt we'd be sitting down having
Me
this
and my
conversation today.
team.
Of course, the team's important as well. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
important.
There's no I in team.
That's true. that's a fact.
Now, Jenny, you spoke about maybe a guy playing you a bit. You meeting up with like one of his other girlfriends, and you discussing the fact that she was saying that he couldn't make her do something. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a bit blunt.
Nobody knows what that something is.
I think it's pretty obvious because of what it rhymes with. So are you the type of girl that like maybe a guy messes you around a little bit and you are quite crazy with it afterwards? Like there's certain girls that will just block and delete, and there's some girls that will smash the car up, will go around and beat the mum up, burn the house down. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not an advocate for that behaviour. Absolutely not. I think it was just.
Don't just be politically correct. Be
I'm
honest.
not. Trust me, I've had my crazy moments in the past. You know, we all have. Nothing that you just described though. Just disclaimer. But I think it's just that emotion and that feeling of being angry and just being like, but then not giving into that anger and going, I'm not giving you the satisfaction. I'm actually not going to like fall into your trap. You've done me dirty. Okay, cool. I'm going to take that and take your girl as well. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's that thing of, it's really easy, you know, when someone does you wrong to be angry at the other person who they're doing it with, when really it's like, you shouldn't be putting your blame.
It depends though,
towards them. But that's just my personal.
If like for example,
view.
you got mixed up in a triangle, and the other girl, you was with the guy first, and the other girl knew about you. You could blame her as much.
Yeah, you could, but then also, you could. Obviously, look, it's not a fantastic situation, but in my eyes, of course, you're not gonna, you know, this song is obviously exaggerated. You're probably not gonna want to go and be best mates with the person, but it's just like. For me, that they didn't have any loyalty to you. Do you know what I mean? They might have had, you know, from what your partner was doing, they might have grown some really strong feelings for this guy.
Straight
that's
up.
Not their fault. That's his fault. But that's just my own way of thinking. I know people are different. But
at the end of the video, you put the man in the boot.
Yeah, we did.
You know what I'm saying?
We did. I thought it was funny though.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but I mean, if
come
you're
on,
the
there's
guy
way worse. Come on, how much violence do you see on a day-to-day basis in films?
If you're willing to put him in the boot, you're probably willing to cut off pieces of the body and stuff.
He was chilling in the boot.
He was chilling in the boot.
He was hanging out. He was having a great time.
Don't mess with Mae. She'll put you in the boot. Simple. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a nice person, I swear.
Nice people still put people in the boot, though. Do you know what I'm saying? If you do anyone wrong, there's a consequence in it. I'm not co-signing that behaviour either. But if you do someone wrong, there's a consequence. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn. Mae Muller's in the building.
Hello.
With a nice red top on today.
I know. Do you like it?
I do like it. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't like it.
I bought it in New York.
Oh, straight
up. It was a good, yeah.
For yourself?
For myself.
Yeah, some people don't do shopping for themselves nowadays. A lot of people don't buy clothes these days. They just wait to be gifted.
Do you know what? I just can't be bothered for that. I was in like, I can't be bothered to wait. Do you know what I mean? Like if I see something, I'm like, oh my God, love
Snap that up.
Snap it up. I'm quite picky as well. So like, I quite like dressing for summer. For dressing for winter, I find it quite difficult sometimes. So I saw this and I was just like, I know I'm going to wear that. So I got it.
No, that's a lot though. Buying yourself stuff like, because I might be stating the obvious, or I might be stating something that people don't know. There's a lot of people who wait for the gifting, and there's a lot of people who wait for their stylist,
which is also
to give it to them.
great. You know, that's a blessing. But sometimes you just got, if you see something, you got to cop it.
If your stylist says no, what's going to happen?
Style it. That wouldn't happen. I'm the boss.
Now you are a singer-songwriter, and I've spoken to quite a few singer-songwriters recently. And there was a particular singer-songwriter. Her name is Awa. She hails from Sweden. She won Swedish X Factor in 2012. We was talking, and she was saying that it can be a bit dodgy being a singer-songwriter because, you know, future prospects, hubbies and partners might be pretty wary of that. You know what I'm saying? So if you break up, they know they're going to be the victim of a song. Are you pretty mindful of that as well, knowing that, you know... Are you scared sometimes to be so honest in your songs?
No, I really don't, because I feel like if that's your truth at the time, and if that's the case, if you know, in this industry that we're in, you have to be with someone who is secure and who, you know, you're both secure, because you both know, you know, as a songwriter, stuff might come out, but it's all for the sake of art, you know, and no one's being nasty, no one's wishing bad on anyone. It's just like, you know, if something happens, you go through things in life, and it, as a songwriter, it's only natural to write it down, you know. It's our free therapy in a way. So I feel like, you know, of course you have to be wary of people's feelings, and you don't want to, you know, you don't want to be too mean, but I think I feel like you should never not be honest either.
How often have you taken things out?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, sort of changed what you've written, like, oh, that's a bit harsh, that's a bit like blunt.
Never.
I don't want to hurt this person.
Never.
Never.
Because a lot of my songs really, like, they're not about a specific person, like, and like there's a few that are, but a lot of them I'm just sort of taking like one situation and sort of exaggerating it. So a lot, you know, I think people think that there's like loads of men sitting at home being like, oh my God, like she's written this song about me. And it's not the case. But I've never been like scared to say something really.
Do you hide the fact, like, when you write a song, like, and a lot of them being from experience, and you write them about an ex, if they ask you if this song's about me, are you pretty open about it? Like, yeah, it was about you.
And they'll know.
They'll know.
But that hasn't happened yet. I did it though once a while ago. I had a song come out, and I just messaged him because we were on good terms, and I was like, look, like, I'm actually not like atting you, like there's no beef, this is just like,
it's about you.
I was feeling a bit upset. It's not like a bad song, I was just like, just don't take it personally kind of thing. So I did sort of like let him know. That was a while ago though. So there's moments when you do that stuff, and there's moments when you don't. Fans
hear the great songs, and they don't usually think about the people that the songs are about. Now, tables turned. You date a guy.
I've had songs written about me,
and you have a song written about you.
I've had songs written about me already.
How do you feel about that?
I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
Oh.
If people want to write songs about me, write songs about me.
Even if they're not nice.
That's their truth. Like, I can't help that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're telling your own, like, get it off your chest, like, do it. It's better than bottling it up inside.
Songs that have been out there for a lot of people to hear, that have been about you. Oh. You've had some industry relationships.
No. No. I actually haven't. No relationships.
Oh, so if a songwriter writes a song about you and then gives it to another person to perform that song, that's a bit crazy. Usher could sing a song about you.
That could happen.
That's mental.
I would love that.
You would?
I'd go to the concert and be like this.
Uh-oh.
Love it. No, that stuff doesn't faze me. It doesn't scare me.
Anticlimax is a big song in your discography. What do you want people to take from that song?
I mean, I know what people have taken from it, and I think it just makes people feel a little bit better. You know, if they've been done dirty or something, like it's like it's lighthearted, isn't it? And I just kind of want people to go, yeah, I'm better than that, and to know their worth a bit more after listening to it. That would be amazing. So yeah, that's what I wrote it for.
Busy tone. Got a bit of a reggae vibe to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're being pretty open about the fact that you got a trap phone. So you got two phones and one phone stays in a Vuitton bag. You know what I'm saying? So
that one's especially for you.
That's especially. So you're pretty you're a giver outer of the number, knowing that you got another phone to divert them on.
You're reading too much into it, okay? Gosh. I'm just painting a picture. Okay?
Oh man.
No, I feel like that was a song. It was a lot of fun to write, actually. It was nice. And it was just literally, and this is like an example of taking something and, you know, exaggerating it. Like I was just ages ago, I was just like chatting to a guy, and he just wasn't like, just didn't get the hint. And that's literally all it was. And
I'm getting the impression that even though you've had a lot of experience in relationships, you're a bit of a heartbreaker as well. You're a bit of a friend zoner.
I mean, I'm just honest. I'm just honest. Like, I can't, if I'm feeling away, or if I'm not feeling away, say like, you know, if I know that you're feeling me and I know I don't feel the same about you, like, I have to say it, because this is wasting everyone's
What is your best friend zoner line? Seeing as it seems like you have a bit of experience in it. You want to put the guy in a friend zone, you want to let him down lightly.
I don't really have a line. I'll just call them like G all the time.
Oh, okay.
My G.
So like, you're around Mae Muller, yeah, and you're interested, and she's calling you her G. You better be gone with it. The G stands for gone.
But if I call you my G, like you know, I like you, innit? But like, you can be around, but it's just not that vibe.
Now, it can be, the music industry can be quite catty. I mean, you've definitely got your latest single Drama with Miss Banks, And Caitlin's on there as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Amazing women.
That's a song with you teaming up with, your fellow women of the industry. But that doesn't mean that you're pally with everybody. And I'm not asking you for like a politically correct answer, because there's many females in the UK scene at the moment that have spoken about the fact that there's this maybe mirage of friendship and camaraderie. How are you with it? Like, do you feel like it's get along gang, or do you feel like there's honestly, a lot more politics?
I just kind of, within like the industry and stuff, like I sort of keep myself to myself. Like I have a really, really strong group of friends that I've had for like 15 years. And I mean, I kind of get along with everyone. So, but it's nothing against anybody. I'm just quite like, not closed off, but I have my people. Like I have my really strong friends. I have people I get along with, but because a lot of stuff goes on in every industry. And I just think the people that were there from the beginning, I'm just like, I'll stick with them. Like I'm good.
Straight up, man. You got to be strong though. I mean, this music industry can eat you up.
Yeah.
Have you had much how's your experience been so far? Like a couple years in the music industry?
Yeah, I've honestly, I feel really, really blessed. Like I've had an amazing experience. You know, you hear things that you don't want to hear sometimes, and people will tell you like you're not, that's not good enough, and you have to like try. But I've met some amazing people. I've worked with amazing producers, amazing writers. So for now, yeah, it's been a really, really positive experience for me.
What are some of your ambitions as a musician?
I have
long term.
Every ambition. Like I want to tour the world. I want to win Brits. I want to win Grammys. Like there's like no ceiling for me. I want to do it all, and I can see it. Like I can really see it happening.
Do you have a time scale?
I don't really like putting timings on things. I think, in the next in the next 3 years, I would like to be going on a pretty hefty tour. Maybe like around parts of the world, and some awards under my belt, but I don't like putting timings on things. I just like to work hard,
let it do what it
hustle, and just see what happens.
Now you're pretty talented with the pen. I mean, your songwriting is pretty evident in your discography so far.
Thank you very much.
What's one of your favorite songs that you've written so far, and why?
Pardon me. I think it's actually funny. So Maybe is one of my favorite songs that I've written, because it's kind of like a ballad, and it's actually showing quite a vulnerable side to me. And I wrote it really, really quickly. I wrote it in like half an hour, 40 minutes. And it's just very raw, and I always cry when I perform it. And I feel like when something can move me that much, I think it's quite important to me anyway. And then I actually love all my music, but Anticlimax as well, because I feel like that was a real game changer for me. I wrote it with Jimmy Napes, and it was our first session, first time we'd ever met, and it got a lot off my chest, and the way people reacted to it as well. It was so amazing for me. So I think those two, they're very different, but I love them both for different reasons.
Chapter 1 is your project that you released this year, 2019.
Yeah.
It's not an album, it's a project.
It's a project. So it was it's actually made up of like lots of bits and pieces. It was 2 EPs and singles that I'd released over the span of a year and a half, and we just thought it's easier to just have everything in one nice neat little package. So when people come to my Spotify and Apple Music and all that, they can just go, okay, this is it, this is what she's done. So yeah, it's like a little nugget of music.
Compilation, like.
Yeah,
straight up.
Exactly. And it's from like 2 years, I think. That's just so there's like a lot of different vibes in there, because it's over a span of time. But album not come yet, but
soon come.
Soon.
Talk to us about Drama, the single. Not drama in your life, the single, the music.
Single?
Yeah.
So that obviously that was an amazing experience. So it was obviously Miss Banks, Caitlin Scarlett, and producer, his name's Vic, who's like very talented. And it was just like a really positive, nice vibe. So they'd sent me the track, and they were like, we really want you to like lay this verse down, and just put your little
spices on, your flavors.
And I came in, and they were just all great and welcoming. And then the video shoot as well, I think a lot of people were like, like 3 girls, 3 different teams, like that's gonna be difficult. But it was just like everyone, it was like perfect harmony. Like Miss Banks and Caitlin Scarlett are so talented in their own right, and very humble and we just all got on and it was great.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
You know what I'm saying?
They're great. They're great people, man.
The future's looking very bright. We've had a nice conversation today.
Yeah.
I feel like this shouldn't be the first and last conversation.
No,
we need
many
to have more
more
conversations.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm down.
SK Vibemaker.